Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sentinel. Last week, we did an episode on Major General Michael Turley from the Utah National Guard, who was reduced in rank to lieutenant colonel and retired. There have been some developments in his case that I want to share with the viewers of Sentinel. And, we have to be fair. Whenever we bring up an issue, we need to make sure that both sides of the issue are presented. And in this case, at the time, we didn't have all the information. And because of these developments, I want to share what's going on with the viewers. Quite simply, Lieutenant Colonel Turley has now sued Utah state officials for inappropriate termination. And part of this package that he presented to the courts about his lawsuit, he discusses some issues that I want to share with you. And I think they're important. Claims that the Army IG and the Utah state officials did not interview the soldier that he allegedly had an affair with. So this is an important caveat. So the whole investigation was essentially done based on allegations, and obviously he denied these allegations. But the investigators evidently didn't go back and interview the soldier that was involved in the most recent investigation. There were several investigations that happened since 2021, and as a result of USA Today picking up this story, the governor of Utah gave Major General Turley 90 minutes to resign or get fired. So he elected to resign. And he believes that this was a wrongful termination as a result of that. And he may have some merit in this. And the reason for that is because there's a previous investigation that happened where the soldier was interviewed and she denied the allegations as well. So you've got both parties that were part of this alleged affair denying the allegations. So this nonsense has been going on since 2021, that these investigations have been happening. And in 2025, to adjudicate the matter, Utah state officials petitioned the Army Grade Determination Board to decide on what rank he should be retired at. And the Grade Determination Board comes back and says he should be retired at the rank of lieutenant colonel because that's the last rank that he served honorably at. So this is an interesting development because he's suing the state officials, basically saying it was wrongful termination. And we'll see how this plays out. But in the meantime, I've heard from several viewers and people that know Lieutenant Colonel Turley, and they said he's a stand-up guy. They said this is very unlike his behavior. What happened? He served this country and he served honorably. And because of political reasons, he was targeted. Now, you got to remember, when you're the adjutant general of a National Guard unit, in some cases, he's a political appointee. You're operating this political domain, and if you ruffle some feathers, you're liable to suffer the consequences. This may be a case of that. We don't know. So in my assessment, what has happened is that for whatever reasons, potentially political reasons, these allegations were made to sideline him. And consequently, as a result of that, the governor has had a knee-jerk reaction, gave him 90 minutes to decide to either retire or be fired. And as an officer, he elected to retire. Probably the wrong decision. We don't know that, but that's the decision he made. And since then, it's been 4 years, multiple investigations have happened. And, it's not uncommon for the military to keep investigating something until they find something wrong. I've gone through this, and I understand how law warfare works. They've weaponized the whole process. And if this guy was targeted for political reasons and they weaponized the process to justify his resignation and termination, then it kind of makes sense. Then he's got a point. So we don't know how this whole thing is going to play out, but we'll keep tabs on it and let's see where this whole issue ends up. If this guy was targeted for political reasons, then he's got a strong case. If there was an allegation that's substantiated, and, that there was inappropriate misconduct of sexual relationships with a subordinate, yeah, he should get hammered. But, keep in mind, the thing that kind of pisses me off is tomorrow is the anniversary of Abbeygate, where 13 U.S. service members were killed, over 40 wounded, hundreds of Afghans killed, and a drone strike that killed 10 innocent Afghan civilians, 7 of which were children. And, those responsible for that Nothing happened to them. Yet we're going out and holding this general officer accountable for an allegation which is unproven, and it makes no sense to me. In my mind, we can debate this fraternization issue all day long. But but the other side of the coin is, many say they're consenting adults. These are private matters that should be left for the bedroom. I get that. But by the same token, it's in the UCMJ. I get that also. And we as officers, as staff, non-commissioned officers, and non-commissioned officers and troops have sworn an oath, to obey the President of the United States according to the rules and regulations of the Uniform Code of Military Justice. I mean, that's the oath that we've sworn to. At the end of the day, he's got to accept some responsibility also. When you're an officer at that level, you don't put yourself in a position where your character and your actions are going to be questioned. Some of the viewers also brought up the fact that, during World War II, General Eisenhower allegedly was having an affair with his female driver, and he wasn't held accountable. So I get all that, but we're beyond all this stuff, and we are where we are right now. And we got to have one system of accountability. If this guy is guilty, by all means, he should be held accountable. But if he's been wrongfully targeted, then that's wrong too. Then that's taking advantage of the system and manipulating the system to target individuals. And it happens quite often. As I've said, I've experienced it personally myself. It's very important for me that people get a fair shake when it comes to, especially, social media. I mean, we report the bad. We also got to report the good, and to make sure that everybody gets a fair shake in this. I leave the invitation out there for Lieutenant Colonel Turley. If he wants to appear on Sentinel and tell us his side of the story, he's more than welcome. But due to the pending lawsuit, I doubt he will. Nonetheless, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this subject. Stay rugged, stay united. Con out.